Well, it's lunchtime. I got our Chinese food delivery. Come here. Oh my god, I'm so hungry. What we've got? We got a bowl of rice. Ooh, orange chicken and some napkins. That's 8. It's not enough for 2 people. Well, technically, we are 1 person. What else we've got in the bag? We also got a pair of chopsticks. Wait, but do you know why Chinese people eat with chopsticks? So chopsticks are a pair of equivalent sticks that are used to eat things with one hand. Most of them are made of wood, some of them are made of metal, bamboo, plastic, jade, silver, gold, and even ivory. And the reason why chopsticks is called chopsticks in English is because the phrase is stemming from the word chop chop, which is a phrase rooted in Cantonese and which means hurry. And it was spread into Chinese workers at sea and was adopted by English seamen to suggest that something should be done now and without delay. Another possible explanation for chopsticks is that the term is derived from the word chow, which is a phrase stemming from Southeast Asia meaning food. Thus, chopsticks would just simply mean food sticks. So the first chopsticks were actually used for cooking, stirring the fire, reaching the food in the pot. There's evidence of chopsticks as long ago as the Shan Dynasty, which is about 3,000 years ago, and they loved tripod during the Shan Dynasty. So chopsticks were really convenient to stir and reach the food without getting burned while the water is boiling in these huge tripods. Chinese culture does have forks and knives. Chinese people use them all the time in many cases of cooking since the ancient China. But in terms of what moved into the dining table, it was the chopsticks. Because sharing food is a core in the Chinese dining culture, and the practice possibly began in the 10th century in the Song Dynasty, where chairs and tables were introduced to China from the West or Central Asia. And because of that, you have a raised table and chairs, and people just sit around the table and eat, and gradually Chinese people begin to share food. And because chopsticks are really good at reaching the food that is far away from you on the table, so chopsticks came into the use of eating in the dining room. When you are eating hot pot, long chopsticks can help you to reach the meat that is far away from you on the other side of the table and compete with your hungry friends. Different cultures have different variations of chopsticks. Japanese chopsticks, for example, on the other hand, are shorter because people don't have the same sharing food culture, so usually everyone has their own food and their own chopsticks. Japanese people also use chopsticks that are in a way different from Chinese people because the food is kind of in front of them, so they would just transport the food horizontally with their chopsticks from their table and their bento boxes to their mouth. Japanese chopsticks are also much pointier at the end, and the reason behind that is because the Japanese diet consists of a large amount of whole bony fish, and the pointed ends makes it easier to remove the small bones from the fish. Korean chopsticks are different from both Chinese and the Japanese ones. They're made of metal and they're much flatter. The origin can be dated back to the 7th century when Korean emperors believed that the silver chopsticks can detect arsenic poisoning. That's why this made it testing the food in this Korean TV drama. And eventually, metal chopsticks became a class symbol. Most people in Korea, even though they're not able to afford silver chopsticks, they would like to have the metal ones. And the reason why the Korean chopsticks are much flatter often is because they want to simply just save the material. There's definitely some no-nos with using chopsticks. First of all, don't tap chopsticks on the edge of the bowl as drumsticks, which I know is very tempting, but it is considered impolite in Chinese culture because beggars make this sort of noise in ancient China to attract attention. And you also shouldn't be sticking your chopsticks in a bowl of rice vertically because it looks like a bowl of incest, which symbolizes death. Chopsticks are actually used by 1/3 of the world right now. It is really interesting to see that chopsticks have become a global story while the East Asian food culture moves to the West thanks to the popularization of Chinese takeout food and followed by Japanese sushi and Korean barbecue. Chopsticks are not only useful when it comes to eating Asian foods, but also you can use chopsticks to eat Cheetos without getting the orange fingers. And there's actually this pretty famous legend where in how everyone has these really long chopsticks, like way too long to feed themselves. So in hell, everyone starves because they cannot take the food and put them in their mouth. But in heaven, people take the same chopsticks and feed each other.